Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to see examples on uh, orthogonal transformations from R2 to R2, and we are supposed to find rotation or reflection. Means in the last class we have seen that any orthogonal linear transformation from R2 to R2 is either a rotation or a reflection. So over here we are going to discuss the examples on same. So we are supposed to check whether the given OLTs. So first of all we are supposed to show that these maps are OLTs. So पहिल्यांदा आपल्याला दाखवायचं आहे की ते ऑर्थोगोनल लिनियर ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन आहे. एकदा की आपण ते दाखवलं तर नंतर आपल्याला चेक करायचं आहे वेदर दे आर रोटेशन और रिफ्लेक्शन. So if it is a rotation, then we have to find angle of rotation, and if it is a reflection, we have to find line of reflection. But you might be familiar with these examples. So we have already shown that all these maps are orthogonal linear transformations, right? But we have used one special result in order to prove it. Do you remember which was that result? The result was if V is finite dimensional inner product space and F from V to V is a map satisfying two conditions. First one is f of 0 is equal to 0, and second one is f is an isometry, isn't it? Then f is what? An OLT. So this result we have used, but see, sometimes this result may fail in the sense uh, this first condition is easy to check, but what about the second condition? So if second condition fails, that this suppose f जर isometry नाही आला मग काय करायचं? This is the question. Then how to show that a given function is orthogonal linear transformation? So in that cases we are supposed to use the basic definition of OLT. So what is our basic definition of OLT? A linear transformation T from V to V is said to be a linear transformation. Note, it should be a linear transformation. So a linear transformation T from V to V is said to be a OLT if inner product of Tx with Ty is equal to what? Inner product of Xy for all Xy belonging to what? V. So we are supposed to go for this condition. So let us solve one example by using the basic definition of OLT. But note one thing, first of all we are supposed to show that the given maps are linear transformations, because nowhere it is said that they are linear transformations, right? So पहिल्यांदा आपल्याला दाखवावं लागेल की T is a linear transformation, and then we will check this condition. But showing T is a linear transformation can be easily done by you. So directly I will take one example where I will verify this condition, that is inner product of Tx with Ty is equal to inner product of X with Y. So whenever you are having an arbitrary example, then you can use this straightforward way to show your T is a orthogonal linear transformation. Then chalo, let us go for it. So first of all I will erase it out. Yes. So I will go for third example because it will not consume time. Idea is same for all the examples. If you understand one, then you can do the rest. So to show what we are supposed to show, T is an orthogonal linear transformation. That is nothing but what? T is a linear transformation and inner product of Tx with Ty. Now I will use capital X and Y. That is inner product of Tx with Ty is equal to inner product of X with Y. Now you can easily guess V in this case. So what should be our V? That should be R2. By observing the map you can easily tell. So first we show T is a linear transformation. see, this example you have already solved by that isometry method, right? But we are going to show it with the help of the definition. So first we show that T is a linear transformation. So this part is for homework. Okay, so we have seen many examples on linear transformation. Now we will not go for that again. So instead, now we show, I will say, this inner product of Tx with Ty is equal to inner product of x with y for all xy belonging to R2. So just I will use some notations for this capital X and Y. So I'll say let this capital X be some x1 x2 and this capital Y be some y1 y2, and I will consider. But before that, let us see what is our right hand side. Okay, so note that our RHS is nothing but what? Our RHS is equal to inner product of x with y, which is further equal to inner product of x1 x2 with what? Y1 y2. Now our inner product is nothing but dot product in this case. So this will be x1 y1 plus what? X2 y2, right? Now I will consider LHS. So I will say consider LHS. So what is my LHS? Inner product of Tx with Ty, which is further equal to, so you can put the value of x, and x is nothing but x1 x2 comma this y is nothing but y1 y2. Now we will use the definition of function. So what is our function that is given to us? It is minus x minus y, so it will be minus x1 minus x2, and over here it will be minus y1 minus y2. Now take the dot product, and this will be minus x1 multiplied by minus y1 will be x1 y1, and minus x2 multiplied by minus y2 will be x2 y2, and this is exactly nothing but what? This is inner product of x with y, and that is our RHS, right? And therefore I will say T is a orthogonal linear transformation. Therefore T is an orthogonal linear transformation. Okay, so I hope you got it. So similarly you can try for rest of the examples by using straightforward definition as well. So now let us go for our main task. What is our main task? Our main task is to decide whether they are rotation or reflection, and in case of rotation we'll find angle of rotation, and in case of reflection we'll find line of reflection. So before solving these examples, you should know matrix of rotation and matrix of reflection. Okay, so we'll go for first example. So I will solve few examples for you, few I will give for homework. So let me go for first example. So what I will say here, first we show that I am really trying to write in a good handwriting. Okay, so first we show that T is an orthogonal linear transformation. Okay, so this is homework, this can be done by you. Now we will check whether it is a rotation or reflection. So in order to check it is rotation or a reflection, we are supposed to find the matrix representation of T with respect to standard basis, and whatever matrix we will get. Now whatever theory we have discussed before, according to the theory, what is the determinant of rotation matrix? It is +1, and determinant of reflection matrix is -1. So that fact we are going to use in order to decide whether T is reflection or rotation. So I'll say now we find matrix representation of T t with respect to standard basis of R2. That is nothing but, what is our standard basis of R2? E1 is equal to 1 0 and E2 is equal to 0 1. So what I will find here, so I'm going to find T of E1, right? So I'll say consider T of E1. So what will be my T of E1? Which will be equal to T of 1 0, which is further equal to, so what will be my T of 1 0? You are going to put x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0. So it will be 3 upon 5, and over here you are going to have minus 4 upon 5. So how do we find matrix representation with respect to given basis? Now here we are taking basis of domain as the standard basis only, and basis of codomain also the standard basis. So whatever we take elements over here, म्हणजे इथं T of E1 घेतो ना आणि T of E2 घेणार. So this E1 and E2 are the basis of domain, आणि आता we are going to express this 3 upon 5 आणि minus 4 upon 5 again as a linear combination of E1 and E2. असं होऊ शकतं की बेसिस ऑफ डोमेन अँड कोडोमेन मे बी डिफरंट, पण ह्या केसमध्ये आपण ते एकच घेतोय. ओके, जर कोडोमेनचा बेसिस जर वेगळा असेल तर आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल? वी हॅव टू एक्सप्रेस दिस 3 upon 5 and minus 4 upon 5 as a linear combination of that basis vectors, and we have already learned how to express certain vector as a linear combination of some other vectors in our first year and second year classes. Okay, so now I will express this 3 upon 5 and minus 4 upon 5 as a linear combination of E1 and E2, which is easy. This can be written as 3 upon 5 1 0 plus minus 4 upon 5, this is 0 1, and which is nothing but what? 3 upon 5 E1 minus 4 upon 5 E2. Now let us go for T of E2. Just I will go a little bit down, and our T of E2 will be equal to T of 0 1, which is equal to, so what will be my T of 0 1? We have to go to the function back again. So I'm going to put x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1. So it will be 4 upon 5 comma x is 0, y is 1, so again it will be 3 upon 5, and which can be written as 4 upon 5 1 0 plus 3 upon 5 0 1, and which is equal to 4 upon 5 E1 plus 3 upon 5, it is 5, okay, 3 upon 5 E2. So we are done. So what will be my matrix representation? Therefore my M of t will be the matrix representation of t with respect to standard basis is, so whatever coefficients you got in the first equation, that is T of E1, so that is going to give us the first column. Don't forget that minus sign, so it will be 3 upon 5 and over here minus 4 upon 5. And what about the second column? It will be 4 upon 5 and over here it will be 3 upon 5. Now let us find the determinant. So here, what is determinant of M of t? Here determinant of this M of t is equal to 9 upon 25, I guess, plus 16 upon 25, and what it is it 1? Yes. Therefore what should be our t? Therefore t is a rotation, isn't it? Now since t is a rotation, we are supposed to find what? The angle of rotation. So we are going to compare our M of t with what? The matrix of rotation. So we compare M of t with, so what is our rotation matrix? It is cos theta minus sine theta and what? Cos theta. So after comparison, what you are going to get? Therefore, my cos theta will be three upon 5 minus sine theta will be 4 upon 5. Sine theta will be minus 4 upon 5. Remember, you will get the same values of sine and cos theta will be 3 upon 5. पण तुम्ही जर ह्या values observe केल्या, so we will need a trigonometric table here. But as you know, these values do not come in trigonometric table, right? So if we try to write 0, 30, 45, 60 and what? 90. So what is the trigonometric table? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So divide it by 4. Okay, and put under root sign. Right? So sine theta and cos theta. So what will be my values? This will be 0. This is going to be what? Half, I guess. It will be 1 upon root 2. This is going to be root 3 by 2. This is going to be 1. This is going to be 1. This is going to be root 3 by 2. This will be 1 upon root 2. This will be half and this will be 0. Right? So this is 0 radians. This is pi by what? 6. This is pi by 4. This is pi by 3. Yes? Yes, and this is nothing but pi by 2. Fine. So for which value of theta, cos theta is equal to 3 upon 5? So we will need a calculator for that, but we don't have it. So let us find the theta directly by using tan theta. Actually, tan ची गरज नसते in order to find theta. Sin, cos are sufficient. And tan कडे जर आपण गेलो तर आन्सर शक्यतो चुकतं, पण इथे आपल्याला ऑप्शन नाहीये because these are not the standard values. So therefore, what will be my sin of theta upon cos of theta? That is nothing but tan of theta. Therefore, this will be equal to sin theta is minus 4 upon 5 and this is 3 upon 5, and which will be further equal to minus 4 upon 3, and therefore what is your angle of rotation? Now since it is a rotation, we are supposed to find what? The angle of rotation. Just a minute. Yes, so therefore theta is equal to tan inverse minus 4 upon 3 is angle of rotation. Okay, that's it for this example.